Hello, I'm Barralet and welcome to this Crystal Connections video where we're exploring how to program a crystal. Now, first of all, what is programming a crystal? Well, it's basically giving it a job or a role or asking it to support you in one way or another. Now, why do we program crystals in particular? Because, well, compared to things such as wood or paper or glass, they have a crystalline structure. So they grow imperfect on a molecular level, in perfect shapes such as squares, hexagons and triangles. And so just like when you pack your suitcase and are able to get a lot more in when it's tidy, it's the same with crystals. They hold a lot more energy than other objects like I listed before. Now, when you're programming a crystal, do you need to program all your crystals? No, because if I was to tell you that, a lot of you would probably freak out and kind of get a little bit overwhelmed because you've got way too many crystals. But when we're focusing on something in particular in our lives, this is a really great time to select one of those crystals and program it. Sometimes it can be called charging it as well. So there are three main steps when it comes to programming. And I want you to think about this like you're giving the crystal a job. So step number one is to find the right crystal. Let's say that you've got a small business and your small business is doing really, really well. You decide that you need some help with the account. So you decide to employ a bookkeeper. Now, would you just employ the first bookkeeper you could find? Hopefully not. What would you do? You'd interview them. So what you want to do when it comes to your crystals is you kind of want to interview your crystals and make sure that this is the right crystal for what you want support with. Now, there are lots of books and YouTube videos and different things that will guide you the general nature of crystals, but you want to make sure, because everyone's suddenly different and every crystal's suddenly different, that does kind of bring in the feeling that you want as well. So, if you want a calming crystal, go for a calming crystal, but make sure as you hold it, you feel calm. So what you want to do is you want to grab the crystal that you've selected and you want to put it in the hand that you do not write with. For most of us, that will be our left. It's known as our receptive hand, our yin hand, or our moon hand. And you want to sit with it quietly. And you may want to carry it around for a few days and keep it on the left side of the body and just make sure that, okay, if this is a motivation crystal, it amps me up, it's a bit of an upper, and if it's to help me relax a bit more, then it definitely makes me feel relaxed in that type of way. Once you're sure that this is the right crystal, you then want to select a quiet time to yourself, ideally out in nature where you're not going to be disturbed, and you may choose a special time, such as a full moon, to do this. A full moon is absolutely ideal. And then what you want to do is, instead of holding it in the left hand or the receptive hand, you want to send it in your projective hand. This is the hand that actually sends energy out and sends energy into the crystal, also known as our yang hand, our masculine hand, or our sun hand. And then what you want to do is you probably ideally closing your eyes and you want to visualize exactly what you want to manifest in your life. Now, as you do that, it's not like just pretty daydreaming. I want you to engage all of your five senses. As your eyes are closed, I want you to envisage, what does that look like? What can you smell? Maybe you want to have a new car, so you can see your hand on that steering wheel. Smell that new car smell. Maybe you're driving along the coast and you can taste the salty air, hear the rev of the engine and feel that leather steering wheel under you. Why do we have to make sure we engage all of our five senses? Well, I want you to imagine that I'm going to take away your five senses, your sight, your smell, your taste, your hearing, and your sense of touch. Would the world still exist? Would you be able to tell if it still existed? You wouldn't. Although they're just our five senses, that is actually what creates our reality. So, if you change reality for a little while, and then you take that energy and send that into the crystal, and crystals hold energy, that's going to hold on to that concept of reality. You want to do this for as long as you can without getting distracted. Now, ideally, it would be great to do it for quite a long period of time, but it's better to do it for 5 minutes or 2 or 3 minutes, just thinking exactly on what you want, rather than 3 minutes of that, then doing what you're having for dinner, then back to the crystals, charging, then something else as well. That's stage number 2. You've now qualified which crystal is right for you, you've now charged or programmed it. Now what do we do? Well, then step 3 is you want to keep this crystal with you. If you imagine that you obviously have an energy and an energy field, and this crystal has one as well. So wearing the crystal or putting it in your pocket or something is going to keep that vibration of that reality around you. And you know that the universe will match whatever vibration you're putting out. So even when you're not focusing purely on that goal at that point in time, there's still something around you putting that energy out. Now, one final thing I want to talk to you about when it comes to programming crystals. The universe does not home deliver. You can't just program a tug to pipe and then expect a passionate love affair to come knocking on your door. No, you've got to get out there and do things as well. And what I've found over the years is the crystals will help to bring up these unusual opportunities or something you didn't think of, or a chance meeting or something like that. And that's where the magic of crystals works. The crystals don't do the work for you. They're like your friends, and they're going to support you as well. So what I recommend, if you haven't programmed or charged a crystal before, choose one and just program that and see if you can see a change. My favorite times to program crystals are on the full moon, because that is when we kind of convene and commit to the universe and work with the universe on what we'd like to manifest. And because this is obviously a gift from the earth, those earth full moons, so the full moon in either Taurus, Virgo or Capricorn, are absolutely great, especially when we want to bring money on the Taurus full moon, when we want to bring good health on the Virgo full moon, and we want to bring success in our career and our public life on the Capricorn full moon as well. So let me know, have you charged a crystal and it's gone really well? Pop a comment in the section below and we can all share from other people's guidance and experience and learn together. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I'm Adam Barralet. Blessed be.